And it comes down to the final game of district play. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Kaspar as we are just about ready to get underway here at J. Sevier Field in Cedar Park, home of the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Jonathan?
Yes, sir. And, we hit on it quite frequently that it doesn't matter records when it comes down to these two teams. And both of them have not let anybody down throughout the year as they have been riding highs coming into this series. Cedar Park obviously getting the better hand on Rouse at home on Tuesday night. So we'll see how this one shakes up. And, obviously the 2-3 seed is on the line here. And if Liberty Hill by chance gets upset, that could end up being a situation where it's first, second, third, is up for grabs.
All right. As the Raiders dropped Tuesday night's game at home versus Cedar Park on an outstanding effort by Brady Richardson of the Timberwolves, who just pitched a solid performance, and both sides pitched well.
They did. Looking at the stats from that game, Richardson threw a one-hitter to Andrew Sanchez, and that was the only hit for the Rouse sideline, which that side of the field has seen an average of 7 runs a game throughout this year, and just did not have an answer for him.
Yeah, and it was going back and looking at the book, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 innings of 3 up, 3 down baseball.
Crazy.
So,
good defense and good pitching right there.
Yeah,
that'll do it for you.
Really put the hurt. But we'll go over the district results of Tuesday night's games.
So 25-5A Week 7 Tuesday night scores shake out where Cedar Park again did take down Rouse at home 3-1. Leander just bringing out the sticks and winning 10-0 against Lockhart. Good tight game. Hayes and Lehman 6-4 Hayes.
That game went 9 innings.
It did. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. And then to see Hayes be able to sneak that one out at Lehman, and then Liberty Hill taking care of Glenn 9-2. Obviously, all of them match up again tonight, and we'll be interested onlookers for the Liberty Hill game,
right?
As well as obviously being front row seats, should I say, for our game here against Cedar Park. So
and Rouse dropping, so technically, they're sitting in the number 3 spot in district play right now.
Correct. Yes. Got it up here. Liberty Hill controls their destiny at this point. If they beat Glenn, they lock up number 1 as a result of, regardless of what happens with the Cedar Park game tonight.
There would be if Cedar Park was to win tonight.
Yes.
Then they would have to play for seeding, right?
Correct.
Because they split their series.
And it'll be either be a 1 game or a coin flip. Likewise, if Rouse is victorious tonight against Cedar Park, that will also set up a 1-game playoff or coin flip scenario, which I'd lean more towards the 1 game, from Coach Krempine. But, no guarantees, right? I mean, We've got plenty of arms over there that it's not going to hurt our rotation if we played 1 more week or 1 more game leading into the playoffs. So, we've got plenty of arms.
Most likely that would be either Monday night or Tuesday night, with playoffs actually probably starting next Thursday, Friday, Saturday in a best-of-3 series and a bi-district contest. And so looking where we would fall into that, depending on how we fall out, right now it looks like we're either going to face Smithson Valley or Piper. Comal Piper.
Yeah, Piper has locked up. I think they're pretty much a lock for 3rd spot. Smithson Valley 2, Bernie Champion 1. As Bernie Champion taking down Smithson Valley 2 games straight, leading, last week's playoffs. And, of course, that brings us to the top 25 as of this past Monday. Bernie Champion is in the 3 spot, and that'll be, again, a direct matchup, Smithson Valley in the 11. So that is 26-5A, who we match up against in the first round of the playoffs. Liberty Hill, Cedar Park, and Rouse all in the top 10 as well. Liberty Hill being the 4, Cedar Park 5, and Rouse 7, which I don't know that that's really going to change much unless Cedar Park does win tonight. That could see Rouse actually drop a little bit in the standings. So
it could, but, you really don't look at stuff like that. It's kind of nice, superlative to have out there, but when you look at Rouse as a 4th seed, from 21 to 23,
Correct.
they got deep into the playoffs. You finished as a state qualifier one year, and the 2 seasons later, you're a regional finalist.
Correct. And always out of the 4 seed. And that was one thing the Braunfels always said is they hated facing the Raiders, our Rouse Raiders, because they knew they were not a 4 seed.
Right.
They knew they were not a 4 seed.
So 25-5A, one of the toughest districts in the state with 3 top 10 ranked teams and top 7 ranked teams.
And it's been that way all year long, and that's always ends up being the storyline, right? We beat up on each other through the district play. When we were the 4 seed in Georgetown's year that they won, we all beat each other. Everybody exchanged.
Yeah.
So everybody was 10-4 at the end of the season, and it was all came down to coin flips to see who was going to be 1 down to 4 because everybody beat everybody else.
And Georgetown was on the bubble. They almost didn't make it into the playoffs.
Yes.
But when they did, they caught fire, and they ended up winning the state championship.
Just goes to show what will happen. Catching fire at the right time, like you just said, Michael, makes a world of difference. And can you come in with the bats being hot? I think pitching, we're all in great position, great shape as it's shown. But, the bats are the key to winning these games in the playoffs.
The visiting Rouse Raiders come into tonight 24-7-1 on the season. They're 10-3 in district and sitting in the third spot. They're coached by Chad Crimpine. He's in his 23rd year with 505 wins. He's assisted by Manny Perez, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble. Their 2023 record was 30-12-1. They were 9-5 in the 4th seed out of District 25-5A, and they finished as a regional finalist, dropping 2 out of 3 to Bernie Champion in that regional final. The Cedar Park Timberwolves come into tonight 23-5-2. They're 11-2 overall. They're coached by Tyler Forrest. He's in his 2nd year with 47 career wins. He's assisted by Jay Stout, Alan Merrow, Brendan McCarthy. Their 2023 record is 24-12-2 and 10-4 in district play, and a regional quarterfinalist with 7 returning starters. The lineup for your Raiders tonight: number 9, Rainer Heinrich, will be leading off at second base. Batting second will be the right fielder, number 12, Tyler Espinoza. Batting third will be the starting pitcher, number 8, Oscar Salazar. He will be followed by the catcher, number 14, Xander Forcell. Batting fifth will be the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, number 6, Gavin Silva. He will be hitting for the left fielder, number 31, Adrian Graves. Batting seventh will be the first baseman, number 22, Nathan Miller. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis. And rounding out the order will be the third baseman, number 1, Diego Gayton. For the Cedar Park Timberwolves, leading off will be the third baseman, number 24, Hudson Cuevas. Batting second will be the left fielder, number 13, Brady Richardson. Batting third will be the starting pitcher, number 1, Cade Davis. Batting fourth will be the first baseman, number 9, Drew Robertson. Batting fifth will be the second baseman, number 2, Parker Green. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, number 7, Carter Wool. He will be hitting forward, number 21, Christian Gomez, behind the plate. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, number 12, Jake Kalashaw. Batting eighth will be the center fielder, number 3, Bryce Schneider. And rounding out the order will be the shortstop, number 15, Logan Hedges. And it's baseball. It's almost baseball time here in Cedar Park. And the lineups have been introduced, and we're just about to do the national anthem, so we're going to take a moment for that. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. We'll be right back in just one moment.
What's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched 'cause you guide me streaming, and the rocket's regular, that was bursting in, getting through the night, that our flag was still gone. Oh, she does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Gentlemen, you know what time it is. Let's play ball.
It's baseball time in Texas as we're ready to get underway here at Mont Ariano Park and J. Sevier Field. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Kaspar.
I made it back. Sorry, wasn't able to be here Tuesday. Was out of town and upset that I missed that one.
Yeah, we tattled on you. We let everybody know you were in Las Vegas.
I don't know what you're talking about. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Do up for your Raiders in the first. Rainer Heinrich, Tyler Espinoza, and Oscar Salazar. Defensively for the Timberwolves. Number 1, Kate Davis on the mound. Number 21, 21, Christian Gomez behind the plate. Number 9, Drew Robertson at first. Number 2, Parker Green at second. Number 24, Hudson Cuevas at third. Number 15, Logan Hedges at short. Number 13, Brady Richardson in left. Number 3, Bryce Schneider in center. And number 12, Jake Calishaw in right.
And immediately, one thing I'm noticing is we actually have a playoff atmosphere here tonight with 4 umpires for this game. So something that we don't normally see until the playoffs start, but we will have a center field or right there behind shortstop, as well as a up each line. So very interesting to see that, and I like seeing that, giving them a little bit of a practice before they start their playoff calling of games.
Yeah, their PA actually sounds pretty good, too.
It does,
yeah.
Yes.
Got a good voice.
Yeah, I will have to sit down. I was noticing by me standing, my noggin is in the blocking the home plate, so I will be sitting for this game.
The lefty, Kate Davis, on the mound. He winds and delivers a swing and a miss from Rainer Heinrich for strike 1, and we are underway here in this final district contest.
Yeah, the Raiders very familiar with Kate Davis. He's been a 3-year starter.
That pitch up and outside for ball 1. Good atmosphere here this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, full stadium, which is what we would expect.
Pitch high and outside for ball 2. 2-1. Tyler Espinoza on deck. Gomez gives the sign and the pitch. This is fouled back and out of play for strike 2, and the count evens.
Yeah, and again, very familiar with Kate Davis here. Been a staple here in the off the mound for the Timberwolves. Throwing from the left side.
The 2-2 pitch. This is hit out to right. And that is going to be caught. What a great diving play by Jake Calishaw.
God, it didn't look like he caught enough of that for it to actually travel that far, but Calishaw doing a great job of tracking that one down.
That'll bring up Tyler Espinoza. Espinoza, the right fielder for the Raiders. Oscar Salazar on deck.
Yeah, they want to get on these guys early and not have, any opportunity for Kay Davis to get going.
Espinoza pops this one up. Jake Calishaw is able to get to it in foul territory. And 2 quick fly ball outs for the Raiders here in the top of the first. Salazar makes his way to the plate. Drew Forcell.
And here's a
on
bat
deck.
that the Raiders really need to see come back alive.
He will take for a strike on a pitch that looked low
Did look a
from
bit
our
low.
vantage point. We're kind of more ground level here than what we've been in the past. The 0-1 pitch. And this is hit foul and out of play down the right field line. And
A very
over
long
the
way
fence.
foul.
If that had been straight, that would have been a home run
Oh,
for
easily.
Salazar.
Easily. That cleared the right field foul territory by a good 10 to 15 feet.
320 down the lines, 370 down straightaway center. Strike 3, and the throw down to first in time to record the strikeout, K2-3. And the Raiders go in order in the first. On to the bottom we go, due up for the Timberwolves in the first. Hudson Cuevas, Brady Richardson, and Cade Davis. Defensively for your Raiders, on the mound, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Behind the plate, number 14, Xander Forcell. At first base, number 22, Nathan Miller. At second base, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, number 1, Diego Gayton. And short, number 7, Jacob Solis. In right, number 31, Adrian Graves. In center, number 10, Landon Miller. And in right field, number 12, Tyler Espinoza.
Yeah, and again, a little change up here from Coach Crimpine that we say Diego Gayton returned to the starting role for third base. Gavin Silva has actually sort of fallen into that when he's not starting. Again, can play short, can play third, as well as outfield. A good utility player is Gavin Silva, but has really become one of the main arms for the Raiders this year, and he will be DHing because he does have a very strong bat, does Gavin Silva, and he'll also be hitting the DH for our left fielder, who we've seen that frequently, Adrian Graves, not really getting a lot of opportunities to swing the bat here. Younger player, though, for the guys, and but is out there defensively. He's a very strong defensive player with a great arm, and Coach Crimpine and I had a long talk before the game here and just sort of feeling each other, hey, what do you think? What about the guys and this and that? And again, it literally came down to one thing, and that is the bats, right? Getting the sticks rolling, and they definitely tried early there to get on with Cade Davis, but defense was not having anything to do with it, were they?
No. Oscar Salazar getting his final warm-ups in.
Yeah, and Oscar, again, just aside from the one week outing against Liberty Hill in the second series of district play, he has been an absolute fireball off the mound.
Davis
riding in the low 90s.
Davis gets out of the inning with only 8 pitches.
Yes. Yeah.
Third baseman, number 24.
Well, you see Rainer Heinrich taking some pitches, which is what you want your leadoff to do, give some opportunities. And then both Tyler and Oscar tried to jump on early pitches that they see. And, that's one thing Cade Davis will do is he'll keep you off balance. If he gets ahead of you, you just don't know what he's going to throw because he can throw everything for strikes.
Hudson Cuevas makes his way to the plate. Cuevas, the third baseman for the Timberwolves. Salazar winds and deals. Fastball in for strike 1.
Oscar wasting no time to go straight to that fastball.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. This is cut on and hit to short. It'll be played by Solis. The throw not in time, as Cuevas just beat it out. The throw a little high.
Well, it actually bounced almost away. It took a weird hop off of the dirt. Again, not a we're on a natural surface here, not turf, and that had a spin off the dirt and didn't come straight to Solis. He was still able to handle it, but that definitely impacted the timing of the throw.
That'll bring up Brady Richardson. Kay Davis on deck. First pitch to Richardson, high for ball one. Gayton crashing down to play the bunt, and it'll get a strike as Richardson left the bat out there, but it was a strike nonetheless on the pitch.
Yeah, another one low in the zone there, but definitely a strike called. Good call from home plate umpire.
1-1 the count to Richardson. Cuevas will dive back, no throw over as Salazar stepped off. Salazar comes set. The 1-1 pitch, he shows bunt, and he fouls that one away for strike two.
Of course, Raiders defense would love to turn in double play here with the very dangerous bat of Cade Davis.
1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. That'll get away from Forcell, but he goes with it and holds Cuevas to first. Two-two. The pitch. This is fouled away.
Yeah, great at bat here from Richardson, staying alive here and spoiling another really good pitch.
The 2-2 breaking ball down and away for ball three. And the count goes full.
Doesn't get him to chase on that one. Great pitch. Richardson staying very disciplined there to not offer at a low and outside breaking pitch.
The payoff pitch, that's low for ball four. And the Timberwolves have two aboard here in the bottom of the first.
Now batting
for Cade Davis.
Yeah, and of course, Cade was one of those. He went 2 for 3 Tuesday night against Gavin Silva.
Cuevas extends his lead at second. Richardson at first as well. 2 on with no outs. And Davis shows bunt. He pops it up, and Forcell lost sight of it. It was playable.
Yeah, he did. He popped it up.
Could have been a quick out.
Yeah, that definitely got away from Davis there on that bunt.
0-1 the count to Davis. Miller playing up on the bunt. The 0-1. This is hit out to left center. That'll be played by Miller. Cuevas will hold up at third, and the Timberwolves have bases loaded early in the first.
Now batting for the Timberwolves, first baseman number 9, Drew Robertson.
Automatic corners in here to the infield. Looking to cut down any ground balls and get the player runner at home.
Salazar from the stretch. And the first pitch. This is hit into left field. This may score 2, but it definitely scores 1 with the RBI single from Drew Robertson.
Now batting for the second baseman, number 2, Parker Green.
That'll bring up Parker Green. Green, the second baseman. The first pitch from Green. This is hit deep to left. That will score 2. The throw in by Graves. And the Cedar Park Timberwolves have taken a 3-run lead early here in the first.
Yeah, and again, just being very, very aggressive on first pitch, knowing that Oscar is one that can get ahead of you really quick. He does a really good job of getting that first strike pitch count call, and, Cedar Park understands that, got the scouting report, and they're just jumping all over that first pitch.
Coach Crippin calls time, and he heads out to talk to his infield.
Yeah, and I think that's more of a just, hey, keep doing your thing.
And he's obviously throwing strikes, and that pitch was actually up in the zone.
Yes. Yeah, but just doing a great job of keeping that bat on plane. Recognition of where that ball is coming across the plate is so key for great hitters, and they do that very well, being able to keep that bat on plane, and whether it's high or low in the zone, and able to barrel it up like he just did.
Carter Wohl at the plate, and he will take for a ball. He showed bunt and laid off. Robertson extends his lead at second. Again, Wohl shows bunt and lays off for ball 2.
And here's where the adjustments are key. Oscar is one that really likes to keep the ball low in the zone, and if he's not going to be getting that call, he's going to need to make that adjustment. And he's been able to do that throughout the season so far.
2-0. Now you lay down the bunt. Throw to first will be in time, and they get the out at first, but that'll advance the runners to second and third for the sacrifice bunt by Wohl.
Yeah, great execution there from Wohl. And we had, Oscar, Nathan Miller, and Xander all able to handle that pitch or that bunt, and everybody gave way to Xander. Rayner doing a great job of covering.
First pitch to Kalashaw is fouled away for strike 1. One away with 2 aboard. Pitch in for a strike.
Yeah,
it goes 0-2.
Little low, a little outside, both, but gets the strike nonetheless.
The 0-2, a breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 2, or for the strikeout. 2 away.
Center fielder number 3, Bryce Snyder.
Bryce Snyder will make his way to the plate. Logan Hedges on deck.
And more fans piling in on both sides.
First pitch gets the outside corner for strike one. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike two.
I think that's being set up. So I'm watching Xander work his way even farther on the outer half, having two pitches now called strikes for Oscar Salazar in the recognition there. So let's ride on the outer half and got a swing and a miss there.
The 0-2 catches him looking for strike three, and that will do it for the Timberwolves. But they get 3 runs on 4 hits, and they strand 2. After one complete, it's 3-0 Cedar Park. Raiders got to do some damage control here
I'll tell
and
you.
get the bats to putting the ball where they're not.
Yeah, it's a matter of, again, it's live and die by the offense for sure. So
we're going to give a shout out to our double sponsors, Austin Summit Group, Terry McDaniel and Company Investment, and Team Guerrero. Thank you for your valuable and continued support of Rouse Raider Baseball. We cannot do it without our fine sponsors.
yeah, very much appreciative of all their contributions this season and previous seasons. Summit Group alumni, the Caputos. And Rayner still immediately going straight to coach to talk to him a little bit about it. My boys over there hopefully getting these boys fired up with the bats. And, Xander Forcell has now moved himself into the 4-hole. Just something he has just progressively moved up that lineup throughout this year, and deservedly so, as he has just been a extra base hit machine.
Forcell will take inside for ball one. Landon Miller on deck. The 1-0 pitch. That was in there for a strike down the middle. 1-1. That pitch fouled away on a pitch that would have been a ball. That was.
Yeah, it was high, very high in the zone was that one. And changing his eye level there and able to get a swing and foul.
1-2. That is hit into left. And Forcell will get the leadoff single.
And again, still swinging a great bat here. That was not the extra base hit that he has been known for the second half of this season, but works nonetheless as he finds his way into left field. And
our courtesy running specialist,
Dawson
Snow, in to run for Mr. Forcell. Landon Miller digging out his spot in the box. Raiders definitely got to make things happen here, Jonathan.
For sure. I mean, you got middle of the lineup here. A lot of great bats.
Miller will hit this one out to deep right field. Kalishaw will make the catch, and that will do it.
Yeah, definitely, good position there. Just not a lot of pop on that as he's just a hair underneath that pitch, which also seemed to be a bit high in the zone.
Gavin Silva makes his way to the plate. Silva, the designated hitter tonight.
And again, Gavin Silva, he's got a lot of pop in that bat. He is a pull hitter. Got a lot of room there down the left field line.
He will lay off and take for a strike. The 0-1, that's high and outside. And the count will even. 1-1 pitch. That's high and outside for ball 2.
That little hesitation move from the home plate umpire made me start thinking, like, is he going to call that a strike? Oh, my
Dude, the
gosh.
guy we had on Tuesday night, man, his strike call was so delayed, it was hard to see.
Yeah.
Hey, you
They didn't know who to
first.
point to. They're not used to having 4 guys out there either.
Right.
As Gomez pointed at the field umpire that's right in front of second base.
3-1. Silva shows bunt. And we'll draw the walk. The Raiders have 2 aboard. That'll bring up Nathan Miller. This is another young man, Jonathan, that's due.
He is, and again, another, just like a Gavin Silva, a big-time pull hitter. Very rarely do you ever see him take something opposite field, although he's very capable of doing so.
He'll foul this one away for strike 1.
But when his timing is on and he's on it, he is very dangerous.
Jacob Solis on deck. Robertson not holding Silva at first. Swing and a miss on a pitch inside. And they'll runners will advance on the wild pitch.
Yeah, great job there. I mean, that, is just as good as a sac fly, or actually, should I say better than that, because he still has he's still got the bat in his hand, and with runners in scoring position, possibly able to do some damage here with one ball into the outfield.
The 0-2 pitch. It is hit down to third. The run will score. The throw to first will be in time. And the throw back to third will not.
And immediately, Nathan Miller actually letting him know that I believe that he had his foot off the bag on that throw to first. Coach Perez was saying the same thing, but
the Raiders are on the board with another runner at third base for Jacob Solis. And Jacob Solis, another situational hitter.
Yeah, Jacob Solis, a sophomore.
He will take high and outside for ball 1.
He has been a full-time starter at shortstop, has not relinquished that at all this year. Doing a really, really good job defensively, and he's only going to get stronger as he gets older. And
he did one time earlier in the season, but I think Coach was really trying to fill it out. He put Gavin Silva in there for a game.
Right. Right. Now,
Or
actually,
at
I
least
think that
start
was
the
even,
game, right?
and I think that was even later in the year too.
Yeah,
There's been some substitutional situations here where they've brought him out.
1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Fastball for strike 2.
Yeah, but when he has been hitting, he loves just dumping them right over the infield, right over shortstop, third base side.
That'll go the backstop, and Silva will score on the wild pitch.
Great job there. Great job of being able to get to third, even with the throw, and enough speed there by Gavin Silva, and then literally not even a throw needed as that ball gets well away from Gomez, gets away from Cade Davis. Don't be fooled and not think this doesn't mean something to these guys.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, it's a pressure-packed situation here.
1-2 pitch. That's fouled away. And the count remains even at 2.
Went ahead and reset the count. Sorry, y'all. At home.
Diego Gayton helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. The 1-2, that's inside for ball 3.
Jacob Solis doing a great job of working this count full here and maybe have an opportunity to get another base runner out there.
Deuce is wild. And the pitch high and outside for
Oh,
ball 4.
that was ball 4, right? Oh, he just now said 3-2. Okay.
Wow. Well, I had full count in my book.
Okay, sorry about that again.
This is fouled back and away. And what a quality at bat by Jacob Solis.
Seeing a lot of pitches here, and you love seeing that because, again, staying alive.
Payoff pitch again. He spoils a great fastball.
Sorry, there was not a runner at third as he did score, and Gavin Silva earlier. I still had him on the board there.
People might have been thinking, oh, we
got a chance to tie it up right here. A little cloudy-minded here.
Davis deals, and this is fouled away.
Staying alive. Absolutely love seeing this from this young player here, and that's just every swing is giving him more and more confidence. And honestly, giving Coach Krimpine more confidence in him handling a big situation like this.
Davis winds and deals the payoff pitch. That's inside for ball 4. And Solis draws the walk. The tying run is aboard for Diego Gayton.
Great job of hitting there. Staying alive, getting enough of each of those pitches to foul off to keep staying alive until he waited for K. Davis to make a mistake, and he did. Outside and high, and fouling off that many balls is now the home plate umpire called for some more to refill his pouch. Tell you what, Jacob Solis is also very fast as a shortstop, and I wouldn't doubt that Coach may give him the green light here to steal.
Pitch outside for ball 1.
Especially with the opportunity, K. Davis has shown a little bit of signs here of the ball getting away from him. As he's already had a couple of wild pitches and he's not quite dialed in the strikes.
Gayton shows bunt. He lays off and takes for ball 2, a pitch up at the shoulders. Tuno and the pitch. And he will take for a strike. The pitch at the top of the zone.
Yeah, a strike nonetheless, though. Good call.
2-1 the count to Gayton.
Yeah, with the situational here, Coach taking the opportunity to talk to him and, hey, what are you expecting? What are you thinking? Just make sure his mind's right. And, what are you expecting here from K. Davis? Coach Krimpine knows him very well. Again, as a lot of our Raiders hitters do, having faced him over the last 4 years in some situations.
Davis from the stretch, the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2, and the count evens at 2, and his deuce is wild for Diego. Davis comes set. Solis will head to second, but the strikeout will end the Raider threat here in the top of the second. They get 2 runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. And after 1.5, it's 3-2 Cedar Park. But that's what the Raiders needed to do to get something going.
Very much so.
Something positive.
And I think that's going to give Oscar some new refound, rejuvenation. All right, my guys have my back here. They've got 2 runs. They put me right back in this game. Let's see if I can get in here, shut these guys down, 3 up, 3 down. And again, he's able to do that with a lot of pitches in his repertoire. He can bring the fastball at 91, 92. He can turn around and throw an off speed, a changeup. He has multiple pitches that work for strikes when all of them are working, right? And we'll see if he's able to find that command here and basically keep the hitters off balance.
Due up for Timberwolves in the second. Logan Hedges, Hudson Cuevas, and Brady Richardson.
Leading off the bottom of the second with Timberwolves shortstop number 15, Logan Hedges.
Not an empty seat in the house over here on the Cedar Park side.
Now they have built quite a following on what was suspected to be a rebuilding year for them. They have done a great job all season long, and they've been competitive and done what they needed to do to get to this point.
Yeah, and Coach Forrest, I know, was Coach of the Year last year and got to coach the All-Star game.
First pitch from Salazar in for a ball.
Of course, pregame festivities here for the Cedar Park home game, last home game of the regular season, and recognizing their parents.
The 1-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike. I think it's safe to say that this umpire actually likes the low fastball.
He does seem to like that. There was a couple that were not called there, but
Pitch misses low for ball 2. 2-1.
and Oscar does like that location as well.
The 2-1 pitch to Hedges. This is hit out to center, and that will fall for a base hit.
Again, just enough on that one, or lack thereof enough to drop in front of the very speedy Landon Miller out in center, who's made many plays this year. A lot of those sliding, to be able to sneak underneath and get low to get that glove down below the ball, and not able to do that there.
And Hudson Cuevas will step up to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He hit for the single in the first on an infield hit to Jacob Solis, and the throw just a bit high and pulled Miller up off the bag a bit, and he was able to get there. So
yeah, it was a bang play, and again, you got to figure Cuevas is the leadoff, so he's got some of the best wheels on the team.
Well, he hit a double to the fence on Tuesday night. Fastball in for strike 1. Scoring the first run for the Timberwolves.
Okay.
One the count to Cuevas. Salazar will deal. This is fouled, and
hit and run opportunity
Hedges
there.
will head back to first. Brady Richardson helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. Oh, wait. 1-2 the count to Cuevas. 1-2 pitch. Pitch down and away for ball 2.
Great job of stopping that for Xander Forcell. As Hedges has already shown that he's ready to jump and get a stolen base, or at least get to second.
The 2-2 pitch. Fastball down and away for ball 3, and the count goes full.
Oscar not wanting to get the first 2 batters on here for Cedar Park, so he's going to be challenging Cuevas.
The payoff pitch, that's low for ball 4.
And a little bit of an overthrow there.
And Salazar issues his second walk of the evening.
Now batting left fielder number 13.
2 on board with no outs for Brady Richardson. Richardson drew a walk his first time up.
Tell you what, I've not been able to see anybody warming up there. And yeah, looks like Coach is not wasting any time at all here to pull Oscar Salazar from the game with another 2 runners already being on, and he basically will be able to flip-flop. Nathan Miller will come into the game from first, and Oscar will then switch places with Nathan Miller and over at first. So, don't let anybody tell you this doesn't mean anything to Coach Krimping. Whether it be a 2 or 3 seed, he wants to get this win against Cedar Park. Whether that means a 2 or 3 seed, as would be yet to be determined if Rouse was to win this game.
Well, let's take this opportunity to recognize our triple sponsors. B to Z Engineering at Four Wheel Parts in Austin, Texas. Located, I believe, over off Anderson Square there in Austin. Thank you for your support. It is greatly appreciated to support these guys. It means a lot to them, especially going into the playoffs and all of that they need the funds to be able to cover. So thank you very
yes.
much for your support.
They would love to have the opportunity to have that really nice charter bus to take them down to those
Yeah, I'm not sure if the
quarterfinals
district
and
pays for that. I think the district
No.
pays for that, right?
oh,
I could be wrong.
I doubt it.
Nathan Miller getting his warm-ups in. Brady Richardson waiting for his second appearance.
And as expected, Oscar does swap his pitcher's glove for his first baseman's mitt or glove, whatever you want to call it. And swaps places with Nathan Miller. Nathan Miller, another senior here for this Raider squad. He's been very consistent on the mound, all year, anytime he's come into the game.
We do have the chat line open. Give us a shout out. Let us know where you're listening from, who your favorite player is or team, and we'll give you a shout out here on the broadcast. Nathan Miller comes on in relief. First pitch. That will get away from Xander Forcell, and the runners will advance on the wild pitch.
Yeah, beautiful evening here for some baseball as we've been able to fight off the rain today and just overcast, but the sun's peeking through.
Fastball misses high for ball one.
There is definitely wind here but in the game, but with the trees and us being down low,
Breaking ball.
not feeling it much.
In for ball three and a 3-0 count for Brady Richardson. Ball four, and Richardson with back-to-back walks, and the bases are loaded
Again.
for Cade Davis.
Cade Davis.
Yeah, Cade getting that hit on his first at bat. Shallow enough that did not play to run, but he did come in to score later.
Miller from the windup. A breaking ball. This is popped up and hit into left.
Shallow.
That will score as a little Texas leaguer to left.
Yeah, nothing can be done about that. I mean, he just barely got the bat enough of the ball that it just was a blooper in the extreme shallow left field and nobody having an opportunity to play that ball. But Graves doing a great job of getting to it and holding at least to one run only that inning.
That will bring up Drew Robertson. Robertson 1 for 1 with an RBI. Breaking ball cut on and missed for strike one.
In similar fashion here, Oscar exiting the game, they're offering it first pitch. Here at Cedar Park, just looking to really jump on the pitcher early.
The 0-1, a breaking ball in for strike two.
Beautiful off speed from Nathan Miller. And right back on the mound, ready to go again.
The 0-2, this is hit back to Nathan. The throw home and the throw to first.
Oh, just glances off of the shoulder.
One run will score on that, and Oscar was trying to say that there was interference. And Coach Crimpane was going to come out and argue it.
Yeah, possible double play ball there as they're able to cut down one run. Yeah, I mean, I don't know interference, honestly. I mean, he's running up the line. He wasn't, I guess I didn't really see very well. Drew Robertson, was he well inside the base path, which could technically be called interference? That ball did glance just a hair off of his shoulder on the throw from Xander Forsell, and that's what allowed it to get up the line, and did see another run come home for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. And they called him safe. Yeah, I would expect that. I don't know that he was running inside the base path as he should.
Now batting
The
second
1-3 on the put out of Cuevas at the plate. Davis at third. Richardson scores. And Drew Robertson with a fielder's choice. That will bring up Parker Green. Parker Green with a 2 RBI single. As he jumped on the very first pitch. Pitch down and away for ball 1.
Which again, being aggressive. Can't fault them for that.
Breaking ball misses low and inside for ball 2.
Yeah, it looked like a really good pitch there. I think just a hair low in the zone.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening. If you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure and hit that like button. If you'd like to follow the Raiders through the playoffs, be sure and subscribe and hit that notification bell. A swing and a miss for strike 1. 2-1 the count to Green. Runners on the corners with 1 out. This is hit back up the middle. This will be played by Solis for 1. The throw to first in time, and the Raiders get the double play.
Great stretch from Oscar Salazar as he almost does the full splits there.
That'll go 6-4, 4-3. But the Timberwolves get 2 more runs on the board off 2 hits, and they leave 1. On to the third we go. The Timberwolves leading the Raiders 5-2. Due up for the Raiders, Rainer Heinrich, Tyler Espinosa, and Oscar Salazar. Back to the top of the order. We want to recognize our home run sponsors. Tumble 22 in Cedar Park, Mode Design Company, Oots Environmental, Toyota of Cedar Park, and Mack Hike Ford of Georgetown. Thank you very much for your support of Rouse Raider Baseball. We couldn't do it without your valuable and generous support. Raiders got to take advantage of getting in to Cade Davis. They did in this previous inning, where they showed a few dings in the armor and had him throwing some wild pitches, and they were able to take advantage of some of those miscues to get 2 runs aboard on only 1 hit.
Correct, and again, that's a positive outlook for the top of this lineup, as they were seeing the middle to lower half of the lineup taking advantage of that opportunity and getting on and getting some runs in, and now we have the very dangerous top of the lineup here for the Raiders.
Heinrich 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time up. A fly ball to Jake Kalishaw. Tyler Espinosa on deck. The first pitch from Davis.
Oh, they said
Checks
he went.
the swing, but he rings him up for the strike as they appealed down to first.
And no hesitation at all from the line umpire there on making that strike call.
The 0-1. Wow, that looked pretty good too. And that one misses for ball 1.
Possibly high. Again, we've seen that he is liking that lower zone pitch.
1-1. That is low for ball 2.
Too low.
Too
Likes
low.
it low. Likes it low, but not that low. Rayner actually getting to see several pitches his first at bat. Doing the same here.
2-1. That's inside for a strike, and that almost hit the hands. I'm
Yeah.
surprised he called it a strike. 2-2. And the pitch, that's inside for ball 3, and Heinrich works it full.
Yeah, and Rayner does not move at all, which always makes me curious about those strike calls that he does get on the inside.
Payoff pitch, that is hit down to third. It'll be played by Cuevas. The throw to first in time.
Now batting right fielder number 12, Tyler Espinoza.
Tyler's one we could really love to see him get that back going again. I mean, his on-base percentage is freakish. It just amazes me. And Coach is really high on him for that reason and loved having him back in the lineup.
He shows bunt, lays off, and will take for a strike. Espinoza, his first time up, flew out to right on the first pitch, and he takes for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. This is fouled away.
Interesting. He actually came at him with a fastball on that one and would have expected that off speed.
Right.
From Case
something
Davis.
high and outside.
Yeah, for sure. Trying to get him to chase, but he actually challenged him there with the fastball, and Espinoza not fooled at all. Able to get a piece of it.
The 0-2.
There it is.
Breaking ball drops in there on that outside corner.
Breaking pitch on the
Catches
outer half.
him looking.
Exactly what we thought would have been that last pitch, but
Now batting first baseman number 8, Oscar Salazar.
now Oscar, of course, comes in a little different mindset, not on the bump anymore as he has moved over to first base, and maybe that'll free him up to take a
This is
big
hit
hack.
deep to left, but not deep enough as Richardson will come on in and make the catch, and that will do it for the Raiders. They go in order in the third. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Timberwolves in the third. Wohl, Kalashaw, and Schneider. Nathan Miller makes his way back out to the mound to pitch the third for the Raiders. Oscar Salazar with his shortest stint of the season, going 1 inning.
Yeah, 2 2/3 was what he had done in
At
the
Liberty Hill.
other Liberty Hill outing. And, again, I guess Coach saw that they were able to get to him early in the first inning, and then he turned around and had another walk and gets the first 2 batters on again. And, still 2 more runs scored, and Raiders not able to answer that in the top of the third. So we'll look to see if Nathan Miller has better success and can get some early outs in this bottom of the third and then allow the Raider offense to get back on the field and see the middle half of the lineup and then the lower part, see if they can get another few hits strung together here and plate
Oscar
some more runs.
Gave up 1 walk and 5 hits.
Leading out the bottom of the third for the Timberwolves, designated hitter number 7, Carter Wohl.
For sure not the norm for him, as he's been very solid, again, just with the lone exception of week 2, game 4, where here we are is game 14.
Carter Wohl with the sacrifice bunt. He will hit this one down to third. It'll be played by Gate and the throw to first.
What a snag by
In
Oscar
time.
Salazar.
Great dig by Oscar
Woo!
Salazar. That will go 5-3
Now batting right fielder
on
number
the put out of
12.
Wold.
And that's where you get the little tip of the cap from your third baseman saying, appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you digging that one out.
That'll bring up Jake Kalishaw. Kalishaw, a strikeout victim his first time up. Salazar did have 2 strikeouts. One looking, one swinging. That pitch in for a strike to Kalishaw.
Yeah, Nathan Miller going with the delayed delivery there with the exaggerated late kick.
Fastball in for strike 2.
And, of course, now coming back and doing a quicker late kick there. And it's always interesting to see you get the timing of the batter off by doing things of that nature.
The 0-2. Breaking ball catches him looking for strike 3.
Now batting center fielder number 3, Bryce Snyder.
Yeah, and as we love to see from the pitchers, be aggressive, be quick for the delivery. Don't hesitate. Don't waste your time. Don't overthink, man. Just get in there, get the read, and get
Swing
the
and a
pitch.
miss for strike 1. Bryce Schneider 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking.
And literally, we've seen 4 strikes all called within the realm of a minute.
Another breaking ball in for strike 2, and Miller's on fire.
He is, I'm telling you. But again, just he's ready to go as soon as the ball makes it back to him.
Swing and a miss for strike 3, and the Timberwolves go in order for the first time tonight.
And exactly what the doctor ordered there. Nathan Miller comes in, is able to shut down the Cedar Park Timberwolves and give them their first offer tonight. First 3 up, 3 down, as Michael just mentioned, and no runs scored, no hits. And now we'll see the offense come out for the Raiders with possibly some rejuvenation and see if they can string some hits together.
We'll mention our shout out to our Grand Slam sponsors. Pulley offers Texas construction teams a new take on building permitting. As your expediter, Ashley Knight ensures accurate permit requirements, fewer rounds of comments, and full visibility at every step so you can break ground sooner. Faster permits in Texas, starting today. Energy for Purpose. We perform energy audits for a purpose, stewarding energy use to impact the most vulnerable of our communities. Thank you for your generous and kind support of Rouse Raider baseball.
Raiders catcher number 14, Xander Purcell.
Due up for the Raiders in the third. In the fourth. That went quick.
It did.
Forcell, Miller, and Silva.
Top of 4, and no defensive changes here for the Timberwolves. As we see Cade Davis, as expected, to return to the mound for his 4th inning of work.
Forcell 1 for 1. He has the one lone hit for the Raiders. Davis will deal the outside for ball 1.
That had some zip on it there from the left arm of Cade Davis.
1-0, swing and a miss on another fastball down the middle. And that will even it up. Landon Miller on deck. 1-1.
Oh, great pitch. Again, challenging him on the inner half of the plate.
He thought it was a ball, but he turned around and checked blue.
Yeah, it was
Obviously he
got
has
enough
some,
of the
he has
plate.
some doubt in his mind. 1-2 pitch. Now it is fouled away. The count will stay 1-2.
Coach Manny Perez jumping on that defensive play there from
His
the coaching box.
Yeah, his coaching box fielding percentage. Unlike Coach Krimp, who we've seen diving out of the way.
He's like, man, I'm too old to be messing with that stuff. Come on.
Says those things hurt. I'm on the hot corner over here for righty batter. That pitch misses low for ball 2.
Although we've seen him able to have fast feet and jump out of the way of some that were torpedoing at him.
The 2-2 pitch. This is fouled back and out of play.
Yep, well over the stands there.
Protect me, Jonathan. Don't
Oh,
let
I
it
had
hit me.
I had you. I was watching.
Protect me.
The wind has assisted that, though. We have wind blowing from left field.
I'm tough, but I'm tender.
That's what I hear your wife say.
The 2-2. Check swing and a foul.
Hey, that's okay. We'll take a check swing foul right there to stay alive in this at bat. Again, for the hottest hitter in the Raider lineup. Extra base machine.
The 2-2 from Davis. This is
No,
hit out
that's that
deep
wind.
to left.
Wind is pushing that in and keeping it in play.
And Richardson will make it about 5 feet from the fence.
There's a lot of wind up there. We're not really, again, feeling it because we're lower on in the stands than we normally are, which I think is great for our speaker because we're not getting a lot of the wind feedback. But I'm watching the flagpoles here for the Timberwolves at the top of the stands, and they're moving. And that's all that was, is just it was very hard hit, but got up in that wind and just ate it up.
Landon Miller makes his way to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to right, and he will foul that one away for strike one.
Very similar to a lot of the approach shots that we had this week in Vegas.
Imagine you inserting golf into this broadcast.
I'll tell you what, man, that wind was no joke. Absolutely beautiful. But courses and beautiful weather, but man, that wind was crazy.
The 0-1. This is fouled away for strike two.
It looked like a ball.
Miller in a quick 0-2 hole. One out with nobody on here in the top of the fourth. Swing and a miss. That's his fourth strikeout on the night. Of course, you got a very zealous Timberwolf fan in the house.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. And Nathan Miller took a little, Landon Miller took a little look over his shoulder there as his way back to the dugout. But just as we saw Nathan Miller very fired up and just very aggressive on his pitches, Kay Davis is exact the same way here as he is just bringing it at these guys.
Inside for ball one, and that'll even the count at one.
Almost
Silva
brushing the
drew
shirt
a
of
walk
Silva.
his first time up and came around to score. The 1-1 pitch, that's inside for ball two.
Oh, that's right. Good job.
2-1, swing and a miss for strike two, and that'll even the count at two. Nathan Miller on deck. Deuce is wild. Silva will take high for ball three, and the count works full.
That was another close pitch there, as I could have seen that go either way, as we've already seen a few of those called strikes around the same area.
The payoff pitch, this is popped up and playable, and Gomez will make the catch behind the plate. And the Raiders go in order in the fourth.
Yeah, and once again, Kay Davis up to the challenge, put forth by Nathan Miller, running these guys 3 up, 3 down, and Kay Davis just going right at him and really working a lot of those pitches all around the zone, high, inside, low and away, and getting some swing and misses, but that was just a very weak fly ball that actually Gomez almost ran into the home plate umpire, who was just trying to get out of the way but didn't know where the ball was going.
Right. Nathan Miller back out on the mound to pitch the bottom. Due up for the Timberwolves in their half of the fourth. Hedges, Cuevas, and Richardson.
Yeah, as soon as this loads.
We got a good crowd here tonight. Both sides. I mean, the stands are practically full.
Yeah, and just a quick recap, Oscar Salazar, as you mentioned, did go 1 full inning, allowing 4 hits, 3 earned, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So just, one too many walks there for Coach and Grimpine, and also recognizing that they were making solid
Well,
contact.
he actually gave up 5 hits.
Okay.
Yeah, because he
Game
came
Changer
up.
had 4 hits.
Yeah, he had 4 in the first. That was fouled away for strike 1 by Hedges. He gave up the hit on the leadoff to Hedges in the second. Check swing and a miss for a strike.
Yeah, right down the pipe there is check swing, and thinking that was going to be inside, and had a lot of late movement that works right over the middle of the plate.
The 0-2, that's high for ball 1.
Yeah, Nathan Miller, a very animated pitcher. Really gets into every pitch. As he's talking to himself like, come on, snap that thing off, snap that thing off. Let it have that late movement and drop in for a strike. And both the last 2 pitches missing high.
The 2-2, breaking ball catches him looking for strike 3.
Now batting third baseman number 24, Hudson Cuevas.
Hudson Cuevas makes his way to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk.
And once again, Nathan Miller looking to work really fast.
Pitch misses for ball 1. Brady Richardson on deck. Breaking ball, this one fouled away for a strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
And Cuevas getting a lot on that foul ball.
1-2 pitch. Breaking ball.
Yeah,
Misses
outside.
for ball 2.
Yeah, great job of not offering it that for Cuevas, but definitely was outside pitch.
2-2. This is hit foul. What a play by Diego Gayton to snag that ball, even though it was foul territory. But it was just a great athletic play.
It was. Very good play there. And, great first step there, which you really have to have as third baseman in that hot corner. And now the question here is, will he go off the plate? And he did, but a pitch spoiled by Cuevas there to stay alive.
Miller working quickly. Breaking ball low for ball 3. And the count goes full.
Love to see a fastball inside here on Cuevas.
The payoff pitch. That is hit over to second. Heinrich will field it to throw to first in time, and Cuevas retired for the first time tonight. 4-3.
Did seem to jam him a little bit on that one. It was on the inner half of the plate, and Cuevas not really able to just barrel that one up as it sort of had a late movement inside and got in on the hands, and just a slow dribbler that Rainer Heinrich was able to handle with ease.
Breaking ball misses high for ball 1. The 1-0, that is fouled away on another Who is that guy saying all that stuff?
Oh, I don't
Have
know.
you eyeballed him
I have
yet?
not. I'm trying not to.
One of those obnoxious
Just trying
fans.
not to be that
Yeah.
guy. And
The 1-1, that's
slipped on the mound there. Nathan Miller saw him actually moving some of the dirt earlier, and that time he actually slipped on his plant foot. Doing a quick adjustment here as that ball got away from him.
2-1 the count to Richardson. Richardson with back-to-back walks. And he will call time. Nobody on with 2 outs. The 2-1. This is hit foul.
And once again, getting in on the hands there as they're cutting at it because it looks to be that strike, but it's got late movement that's driving in on the hands, and they're just not getting very much on the ball.
This is hit deep in the hole to second. The throw to first. In time. A bank play by
Great
Rainer Heinrich.
play.
To lay
Diving
out for it.
stop. Wow.
That'll go 4-3. And the Timberwolves go in order in the 4th.
And that's why he's a D1 guy right there. Rainer Heinrich showing why he is over at second and has been there for years and years here. Great defensive effort, great defensive play.
Due up for the Raiders in the 5th. Miller, Solis, and Gayton. I want to recognize our walk-off level sponsor, GPS Legends Baseball. With over 50 years of professional playing experience on staff, we help young men find their direction on and off the field. It's bigger than baseball. And what a great interview that we had with Mr. Puffer the other night.
Yes, sir. I heard it. Was not here.
And it makes me want to go out and get his book. I need to look that up and see. Most likely it may be on Amazon. We didn't ask him that. So if anybody knows where you can find his book, be sure and put it in the chat because I would like to know. So, he talked about bad choices that he made in life early on that, he had to get beyond and turn things around. And now
That's
he's
the
helping
thing,
young
right?
men out.
Yes.
It was reminiscent to me of the story of Josh Hamilton, right?
Oh, yes, very much so. Very much so. And yeah, Josh Hamilton, a great success story there for the Rangers and, having a second opportunity.
Fell twice,
Yes.
It just shows our humanity and being able to pick ourselves up by our bootstraps and get things turned around. Nathan Miller makes his way to the plate. Kate Davis on the mound for the Timberwolves. That first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, that and the influences that are out there, especially when you make it big early in life. And
the 1-0, that's fouled away for strike 1.
Real quick moving over there from the Cedar Park.
That frozen rope.
Yeah, even the umpire was checking on to make sure everybody was okay as that ball just shot into the Cedar Park dugout.
1-1 the count. And the pitch from Davis. That is hit foul down the first base line for strike 2.
And you can tell Kay Davis, that lefty with good pop and that fastball is just getting on these batters a little quicker than they're expecting as you're seeing a lot of balls hit foul down the right field line.
Miller just a bit behind it. That pitch just misses inside.
Surprised it didn't actually
ball
hit him
2,
in the
yeah.
foot.
I think I would have
so close.
I think I would have tried to sell that one and hop around.
Hey.
2-2. Davis winds and delivers, and that
one definitely got him.
Miller obviously talking smack on his way down back to Davis. It's like, it's not.
And Nathan Miller, of course, being the pitcher. That'll see Trey Schluter making his way in to run for Nathan Miller. He was a little fired up on that one after getting hitting the shoulder.
Now batting shortstop number 7, Jacob Solis.
Jacob Solis, and what an at bat he had at his first appearance.
Yes, he
It's
did.
not an at bat because he walked,
Oh,
so
it was-
he's 0 for 0.
0 for 0. It was a great non-at-bat.
Yeah, right. Fastball gets the outside corner for strike one.
And, of course, that's what he was doing, taking pitches like that and just spoiling them over and over and over again to stay alive in the at-bat to draw that walk.
Diego Gayton on deck. From the stretch, the throw over to first will not be in time.
Yeah, one thing Coach Crimpine and I were talking about is just having those guys that you can trust on the base path.
Schluter will take off to second. The throw down to second will not be in time, and
Yeah.
Schluter will pick up a stolen
And
base.
what a great jump he had. And, Trey Schluter, one of those seniors that's been a big part of the run that we had last year for the Raiders on the mound, has really come in now and been able to be utilized in different ways and showing that he's able to really read and react to Cade Davis and the delivery to get a great jump on that.
That pitch was called a strike.
Okay.
Oh, and 2 the count to Solis. Schluter extends his lead at second. Davis checks him. He'll come home. A breaking ball that'll go to the backstop, and Schluter will pick up a third base on the wild pitch.
And that's number 4, I believe, so far in this game.
Let's see. Did I write his wild pitches down? I don't know that I wrote his wild pitches down.
I mean, 3 for sure that
Yeah.
I can know off the top of my head, but I think I
Yeah.
may be missing one. Where there was at least 4 wild pitches tonight, and some have been high, some have been spiked like that one. It just gets away from Gomez.
1-2. That's outside for ball 2, and that will even things up.
Again, great patience here from Jacob Solis, the youngest starter here for the Raiders.
This is a high fly ball out to left. And that is not going to be deep enough but it hung forever.
He did. Did you see him actually make the attempted fake catch?
Yeah, right.
He did the little jump like he was making the catch, but the ball was still a long way away from getting to his glove, and see if maybe he could throw the timing off of Trey Schluter over at third. It's amazing what you'll see from these guys, right?
Gayton comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1.
Another great pitch, just able to paint that outer half.
Rainer Heinrich on deck. Oh, no, we're good. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Miss Salazar.
Sweet people. I love the Salazar family. They're such good people. 1-1 the count to Gayton. Davis deals. That will go to the backstop. And Schluter will score on the wild pitch.
And again, great speed on the base path from Trey Schluter, who is basically can't call them 3 stolen bases just because the first one was for sure, but pass ball sees him go from first to home and score.
I don't call that a pass ball. That's a wild pitch.
Wild pitch.
It's got to be.
Sorry.
It's got to be catchable for the
yes.
the catcher. So he didn't get a glove on it.
And again, 2-1 here.
He'll show bunt. He lays it down the first base line.
Oh, and he's going to beat the
He's
throw.
gonna beat it out.
Oh, he tried to get below it. He did get below it. Oh, my goodness. It was a bang-bang play as Graves was just motoring up the line.
That's Gayton.
Gayton, sorry, was motoring up the line and dove to avoid the tag without actually going out of the base path, but this is going to get a conference, and I don't know that it won't be overturned. It could be overturned.
Well, we'll see.
Coach Forrest immediately asking for the appeal in the conference here that we are seeing from the 4, and they still call him safe. From my angle, it was hard to tell.
You got to
Obviously,
wonder when they're meeting like that. Do they sit
do
there
they
and
really?
say, let's make them think like we're really talking about something, and yeah, he's safe, but we're going to make it think like we're really talking about it in
And do some
consideration.
hand gestures.
Hand gestures.
Point at the bag,
and then turn around,
point at
he's
the.
safe. Just to appease the coaches.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what.
Rainer Heinrich will come to the plate. 1 on with 1 out. Heinrich will take for ball 1 on a pitch that looked like a strike, breaking ball.
Yeah, looked like a great pitch.
Heinrich 0 for 2. He has flown out to right and grounded to third. And he will foul this one away for strike 1.
Yeah, but a great bunt there from Diego, and put it exactly where he needed to, relying on his speed to make it past the first baseman, who was the only one that really could have fielded that, and did a great job, great running as well to avoid the tag.
Throw to first, not in time. Gayton dives back in safely. The 1-1. This is hit over to third. Throw to second in time. Throw to first. Not. Fielder's choice. That'll go 6. No, 5-3, right?
5-3, yes.
No, 5-4.
5-4. 5-4, and then the 4-3 was late. Just basically swapping spots here, Gayton and Heinrich.
Tyler Espinosa will make his way to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He struck out looking and flew out to right. Heinrich takes off. The throw down to second in time.
Yeah, got him.
That'll go 2-6.
Well, get 1 run in, but
Raiders get 1 run on no hits, and they leave nobody.
Yeah, and some fireworks there, a little excitement going for the Raiders.
2 of those runs came off a hit batter and a walk. There's only been 1 run that's scored by virtue of a hit. And so there's 3 runs with 1 hit for the Raiders.
Yes.
6 hits and 5 runs for the Timberwolves. Nathan Miller makes his way back out to pitch the bottom of the 5th. Due up for the Timberwolves in the 5th. Davis, Robertson, and Green.
And interestingly enough, they haven't recorded an error for Cedar Park, although, if I'm not mistaken, runs scored off of wild pitch.
Or an error. A wild pitch is an error,
right? Yeah, and a run scored off of it. So, I guess they're nice to their players here.
I guess. I'm trying to remember what error we have.
Again, I was also trying to think of.
I don't have any errors made by Raiders.
I will revert back to Game Changer to see if there's any recording of that here.
Davis is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI. Miller from the windup. First pitch, breaking ball gets the outside corner for strike 1.
They're calling that throw from Jacob Solis earlier in the game an error, throwing error.
Really?
Yeah. That's a bang play.
Fastball down the middle. Wow, didn't get called. 1-1. Miller calls time and
Wanting to have a quick little powwow session with the X Factor, Zan Man, Xander
the X
Forsell.
Factor. Camino Stapleton dubbed him the X Factor. On the chat line, which we do have open, but
Hey, you know,
it's languishing without anybody chiming in.
right? I mean, you know,
So,
it's there, folks. It's there.
yeah, it's there.
We will acknowledge.
Nathan Miller toes in. The 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball. This is hit out to left center. That'll fall in for a base hit. And Davis with the hot bat. He's 3 for 3.
And that's what he does. I mean, he's just pounding that middle of the field, and
First baseman number 9, Drew Robertson.
as he has done regularly.
Robertson is hit into a fielder's choice and singled. And he also has an RBI to his credit. 1 on with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Of course, the defense looking to turn a double play here.
And the first pitch is fouled away for strike 1.
And with the exception of that hit from Cade Davis, Nathan Miller has been able to induce a lot of ground balls in the last few innings.
Throw to first. Not in time. That was good job by Oscar because that one was a laser and it was high.
Was high.
Miller from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Hits him on the helmet. And that will put 2 aboard.
Yeah, that one getting away from Nathan Miller there. Not what he wanted at all to get the top 2 batters on base.
The wind really picking up.
Yeah, here, because it's crazy looking at the flagpole there in right center. And, I mean, yeah, it's moving, but not as crazy as the flags here on the stands. Flags.
Parker Green will come to the plate. He is one for 2. That pitch high and inside.
And also,
ball 1.
another one that almost got away from Miller and really close to glancing off of
Parker Green.
Green. Yes. Sorry, I had to.
This is a bunt to load the bases, and there will be no play.
Yeah. Gayton tried to field that with his hand and came up empty. Had to double grasp at it. Didn't give enough time to get Green as he was getting it up the line. Really the first sign of trouble here for Nathan Miller since he's come into the game.
I think Carter may be headed toward the bullpen. Carter Wool will come to the plate. He is sacrificed on the bunt and He is grounded to third.
Wow, that ball got all the way. Ball gets away
So-
from Xander Forcell almost all the way halfway up the line to third base.
Look for the bunt here. This is fouled and out of play. Bases loaded with no outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, with our position here, not able to really see who might possibly be warming up.
Throw home for the force to throw to first.
Got him that
In
time.
time for the double play.
Got him that time. Having an extra opportunity at it.
That will go 5-2 on the put out of Davis at the plate. And for Wohl, that will go 2-3.
Yeah, and great execution there as both Oscar Xander and Nathan Miller all giving Gayton props there for making the quick throw.
Pitch misses for a ball.
I don't know where it missed. I guess it missed over the middle of the plate because that was a great pitch.
Jake Kalishaw is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice, and he will take first strike. He has struck out swinging and looking. Camino chiming in the X Factor.
Yes, sir.
Pitch outside for ball 2. 2-1.
Yeah, doing what he could to try to frame that one and slide that one back in to Xander, and ump having nothing to do with that being called a strike.
The 2-1 pitch. That's low for ball 3.
He's got a base open here, and so you don't want to make any kind of mistake trying to push something in with the 3-1 count, having the 2 outs.
Miller winds and deals. This was hit back up to third, and it bounces off the base. Unfortunate. It hits the base and pops up. And Kalishaw will get the base hit and an RBI.
Well, and again, you would rather see him make a pitch that was very difficult to handle, and Nathan Miller really putting that one in where
runners at first and second.
where Kalishaw could handle that and put it in play, and then again, just not having the
Drew Robertson, the hit batter, comes around to score.
Yeah, not charging that ball and letting the ball sort of play him and getting an opportunity to bounce off the bag, and no opportunity to play that. You want to see him charge that on a slow roller.
That may be it for Nathan.
Yes.
And that will be it. Well, a great job by Nathan Miller. He can't help that was a bad hit.
Yeah, and I think
that's
why Gayton's over there talking to him as on his way in, and and actually Gayton is coming in as well. So Holbrook.
So Miller may be going to third.
Either Miller will go to third, or we could see Gavin Silva, but the fact that I have not seen Silva make his way out would definitely tell me that, yes, Nathan Miller is in his normal position. So now here we are seeing what is our normal Tuesday night defense. Nathan Miller at third, Oscar Salazar at first with Gavin Silva on the mound. However, we've got Holbrook on the mound as Gavin went Tuesday night. So Nathan Miller getting a chance to make his way around the infield here.
Dalton Holbrook comes on in relief of Nathan Miller. Miller
And
goes 3 2/3.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Now pitching for the Raiders, number 3, Dalton Holbrook.
and if I'm not mistaken, Holbrook came in Tuesday night. Is that correct, Michael?
It is correct.
Do a quick search here of stats because Holbrook did pitch 1 2/3 innings with 30 pitches basically. So a lot of pitches available to him here as they are allowed 110 total pitches within that time frame. And again, a 6-3 game, so far from over. But we do have runners at first and second. I did not remove the run scored there, the runner from third. And we have a new batter. Lefty number 10 here for Cedar Park coming in, and that is Carson Reed. That will be our next batter. Sorry, who is he coming in place of?
Bryce Schneider, the center fielder.
Center
So
fielder
more
Schneider.
likely it's just a pinch hit.
Okay. Which you will see that again. Most lower half of the lineup guys aren't necessarily the guys that are the most prolific hitters, on your roster.
Veronica Arnold chiming in. Come on, Raiders. We definitely need it.
So by bringing him in and Schneider, we'll see if he returns to the lineup. But this is interesting that they're bringing him in on a lefty-on-lefty matchup here.
Now, that may be why they made the substitute or the pinch hit, right?
Nah, you wouldn't normally want to see a lefty-on-lefty. That doesn't bode well for a batter. Yeah, Schneider was not a left-handed batter.
The first pitch from Holbrook, that'll get away from Forcell, and the runners will advance on the wild pitch.
And a quick little timeout call. I don't know if that was Holbrook and Xander not on the same page there with that pitch that was called. And Xander was set up more middle to inner half of the plate and didn't have any opportunity to make a play on that pitch that was well outside.
The 0-1 from Holbrook, that's in there for a strike on a fastball that tailed away.
Why did they wild pitch? They called us. Oh, well, I know he checked his swing, but I guess they said he went around. We got a 1-2 count, and that first pitch was called a strike.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, but I mean, it was well. I mean, again, I did see that Carson Reed had offered at it, but
foul tip.
Yeah, just enough of that. I didn't think he went around though, but I guess they did call that a strike on the check swing. So he was able to get just a little piece of that ball to stay alive. Or that would have also been another check swing strike.
One and two, the count to Reed. 1-2 pitch. Fastball catches him looking for strike three, and that will do it for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. In the fifth, they get one run on 3 hits, and they leave 2.
Yeah, only able to get out of there with 1 run being scored. That's a win right there for the for the Raiders defense.
On to the sixth we go. Due up for the Raiders in the sixth, Espinosa, Salazar, and Forcell.
And we do see Schneider returning defensively for the Timberwolves. Doing a quick scan here of
Kate Davis back out on the mound to pitch the sixth. He's had a fairly solid performance tonight.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing any other defensive changes here from the Timberwolves. Let me just make sure you Hedges, Green, Kate Davis.
Leading off the top of the sixth for the Raiders, right fielder number 12, Tyler Espinosa.
Cuevas. Yep. All right. Tyler Espinosa making his way back out.
See, what's interesting, Jonathan, first pitch into Espinosa for a strike is they credited an error to Solis, right, on the board. But they have 9 hits for Cedar Park. That
Yeah.
should only be 8 hits because I count 9 because I counted that a hit. So where are they counting the error versus the hit? They gave him a hit and an error?
Yeah, of course. That's Cedar Park.
Nah,
man.
we ain't going there. We ain't going there. The 0-2 pitch, that's high and outside for ball 1.
Hey, man. Scoreboard operators can make mess ups, right? I've done it. I've done it several times through this game already. I've
Then
been
you
corrected.
need to go to the Kathleen Forcell School of Scoreboarding. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Yeah, just Tyler
That'll bring up
Espinosa. Just
Oscar Salazar.
First baseman number 8, Oscar Salazar.
Espinosa goes 0 for 3 on the night. Salazar is 0 for 2 as he comes to the plate. He has struck out and flown out to left. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
yeah, and again, this is a power versus power batter pitcher matchup here with Cade Davis bringing the heat and Oscar swinging a strong bat.
Pitch misses for a ball. One the count. And the 1-1 pitch. That's down and away for ball 2. This is hit back up the middle. This will be a base hit for Salazar. Hit number 2 on the night for the Raider batters. Where the Raiders usually out-hit.
Oh, very much so. And, you know,
their opponent. But,
again, something Crimpine and I were talking about before the game.
Past 2 games, no, it's not been that way. 1 hit. That was the 150th hit for Oscar.
Yeah, just updated there. Awesome achievement here. Not only the RBI leader for 5A, but he's now 150 hits for his Raider career.
The 1-0 to Forcell is swung on and missed for strike 1. Forcell is 1 for 2. He has singled and flown out to left.
Oh, great pitch. Wow. Off speed, little change up there that just the bottom dropped out from under it and actually brought it back into the strike zone, which Xander thought it was high the whole way.
The 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt, and Gomez lost sight of it.
It's amazing how they'll lose sight the one that's literally right underneath their bottom side. As they spin all around and can't see it with the mask on.
2-2 the count.
Yeah, great job there.
Porcel calls time.
I was literally just about to say that, Xander. Call time, man.
Yeah.
He's in that squat and ready to go for a lengthy time.
2-2 pitch. That's low for ball 3. 1 on with 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th. Umpire calls time for the catcher. And Gomez had to put his earpiece back in.
Yeah, welcome addition to the
payoff pitch. Swing and a miss.
Now batting center fielder number 10, Landon Miller.
And here's another Raider bat that could change the game with just one swing. Very powerful.
That is the 6th punch out of the night for Davis. Fastball high for ball 1. 1 on with 2 outs for Landon Miller.
Kate Davis just going right at him, challenging Landon Miller.
That pitch will get away from Gomez, and Salazar will scamper down to second on the wild pitch. He's thrown his fair share of wild pitches tonight.
Very much so. And, you know, is that, I mean, again, yes, they're wild pitches, but at the same time, recognition from Gomez and getting that glove down and dropping on his knees to keep body in front of that ball, he has not been able to do. And maybe part of that is ball's getting on him faster than he's expecting, and just he's not able to really recognize that and make that play that you would like to see from your home plate, I mean, from your catcher.
They do have some action going in the bullpen over there. Looks like number 5 may be getting loose.
Number 5 would be Kyle McClure. Yes, that would be correct. A righty arm, and one that we can see from here, but can't see ours because there's no view to the bullpen, as the bullpen is actually lined up perfectly with the dugout. The only reason we can actually see this one is because the dugout's open on the opposite side for Cedar Park. So
or we wouldn't be able to see in there.
No, not at all.
2-0 the count to Miller. Salazar standing at second. Pitch sails high for ball 2. Or ball 3.
Yeah, and 3-0, which would then...
Gavin Silva on deck.
And he would represent the tying run.
And Miller shows bunt. He hops in the box, and not sure about that little dance step right there. He takes for a strike.
I don't know what that was.
That was interesting.
I think he was taking all the way, Michael.
I think it's the jumping bean, right?
Happy feet. We call that happy feet. Yeah.
Three 1 swung on and missed for strike 2, and the count goes full. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. And that will do it for the Raiders in the 6th. They get no runs on 1 hit, they leave 1. And after 5.5, it's 6-3 Cedar Park.
Yeah, and a great opportunity there for the Raiders with the top to middle part of the lineup. And coming up empty, even with runner on.
Trey Schluter comes on in relief of Dalton Holbrook. Schluter, the fourth pitcher of the night for the Raiders.
Yeah, and just a quick overview of the previous three. I did give the stats there for Oscar Salazar, having only gone one full inning, 4 hits, allowed 5 by Michael's count, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Nathan Miller did go 3 2/3, allowing 3 hits, only 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And then Dalton Holbrook, only a third of an inning, able to get the out, record the final out in the 5th inning there with the 1 strikeout. So no hits allowed there. Obviously no runs, no earned runs, no walks. So, only giving up 3 walks up to this point, but that's in essence what ran Oscar Salazar out of the game was the second walk that he recorded and putting multiple runners on again and having not recorded an out in the 2nd inning.
Logan Hedges will make his way to the plate. Hedges, Cuevas, and Richardson are due up here in the 6th.
Yeah, what we normally see the wind die down in the evenings is this just really increased and picked up. But it's, again, folks, blowing in very strong from left field. So any pulled ball is just not going to travel if it gets up.
Hedges has singled and struck out looking, and he will take for ball 1.
Yeah, but anything out to right field will have some assistance with the wind if they can get it up in that jet stream. And as was shown by Oscar. Yeah, Oscar's
low foul. He will bunt this one. It'll be played by Schluter to throw to first in time. That will go 1-3.
Yeah, Trey Schluter doing a great job there of pouncing on that ball off the mound and giving himself plenty of opportunity to set his feet and make a good, strong throw.
Cuevas is 1 for 2, or actually he's 1 for 2. He has a single, a walk, and a ground out.
He's back to the top of the lineup here.
Breaking ball in for a strike.
And again, Schluter, another one getting a little bit of a late start here on his senior year on the mound.
Breaking ball stays high as Cuevas ducks out of the way.
Tell you what, he ducked, but you know what he didn't duck?
The bat.
The bat, and it almost hit it. Almost hit the bat as he moved more the head than the arms.
1-1 is cut on and missed for strike 2.
In a very similar fashion to Nathan Miller, very fast delivery, very quick decision-making from Trey Schluter, and as soon as he gets the ball in his glove, he's ready to go.
The 1-2, and misses low for ball 2, and that'll leave it. The 2-2 pitch. This is fouled away.
Actually fouled almost back onto the field off of the netting that goes 3/4 of the way down the first base line to help protect against the pitchers that are warming up in their bullpen.
Schluter from the stretch. The 2-2. This is popped up.
I got you, Michael. I got you.
Got me?
Okay, yeah, it's gone.
Way over there.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
It's gone. I'm in no danger.
No, sir.
The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. This is popped up. And Espinosa will go in foul territory. It's off his glove, and Cuevas will get another opportunity.
And again, wind really playing havoc with that ball. It was popped so far out, and honestly was a right field ball all the way. It just kept floating away. Tyler Espinoza did what he could to get underneath the ball, and he ended up overrunning that, actually. So again, staying alive, as Mr. Francis mentions.
2-2, fastball down and away for ball 3.
And brings the count to full.
Payoff pitch misses low, and Schluter issues the walk. That will bring up Brady Richardson.
Left fielder number 13, Brady Richardson.
He's 0 for 1 with a ground out and 2 walks.
Hey, on base percentage accounts for a lot. I'm assuming he's actually probably come around and scored in first for sure.
He has scored twice.
And there you go.
Pitch misses for a ball. So sitting there going back and looking at the runs that scored,
Yeah.
3 of those runs have come off of a hit batter and 2 walks.
Which is the difference in the game.
Throw down to second.
Got him big time.
Will be in time.
Wow, like not even a chance. Xander
2-4.
Forcell showing off the cannon as there was zero opportunity. That ball was waiting on him by over 2 steps as he slides in. And
Well, Cuevas is fast. He is very fast.
which makes what Xander did even that more impressive.
Swing and a miss.
No, I think that was
actually
a check swing.
That last pitch was a strike.
Yes. Yeah. That pitch, though, was a check swing held up well by Richardson.
The 2-1, that is fouled away, and that will even the count at 2.
A deuce is wild. Oh, yeah, he's gone. I'll get there.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Deuce is wild. He gets caught looking. And Richardson turns around and gives a big old stink eye mean look to the umpire.
He didn't care for that one, did he?
We're calling him out on strikes to end the 6th. In a roundabout way, they go in order in the 6th. After 6 complete, it's 6-3 Cedar Park.
Yeah, and here we are.
To the 7th we go. The Raiders down to their final 3 outs.
And
we do have a pitching change.
No, that's Cade Davis.
Is it?
That's still Cade Davis.
Oh, yeah, it is Cade Davis.
As I saw the number 1, I'm like, no, he is coming back out.
I thought it was 10 at first, and then I realized, no, that's number 1. Davis going for the complete game. So far, he's been able to hold Rouse to 2 base hits.
And he's going to get to see the middle of the lineup here.
Yeah, due up for the Raiders. Silva, Nathan Miller, and Jacob Solis.
Defensively, not seeing any changes being made to the lineup here for the Timberwolves. Making sure I don't see anything in the outfield.
So, barring a Raider comeback right here, and this being the final district game, be sure and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when we go live for the playoff games coming up. So,
yes, because we will be on the road as long as they will allow us to be there for these games.
First pitch into Silva, in for a strike. And so that you can follow SHN Sports on social media, on Twitter or X. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And Silva quickly in an 0-2 count.
Yeah, and Gavin really late on that offering from Cade Davis.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes out on 3 consecutive pitches.
Now batting number 22, Nathan Miller.
That's strikeout number 8 for Davis on the night. Miller will take for a ball, which that would really look like a strike.
He hasn't really been liking the high in the zone pitches tonight, and that's exactly where that was.
That is hit down to first, and this time
not quite Swift's foot.
Robertson applies the tag, and that will go 3-U. And the Raiders are down to their final out.
Now batting shortstop number 7.
And as we sort of discussed a little bit before the game, that would basically put I think he's just going to ask him, man, do you want to finish this game?
Wait, why not?
Right? I mean, why wouldn't you?
It's like you've gone the distance. Why would you?
He said, don't ask me that, coach. You know I want to. I saw Cade Davis's reaction. Now he is. He's gonna give him the little send-off and cheer from the crowd here. Cedar Park faithful.
So he doesn't get the complete game. Was he out of pitches?
I mean, honestly, I didn't even look into that. That could very likely be it. He maybe told him, hey, man, that was 110. And that's maybe why K. Davis gave that, come on, coach. So K. Davis does leave the game here. 108 pitches. So they may have had an extra 2 on their tally. That would have ran him to 110. But, yeah, he leaves with 108 pitches, 1 hit batter, 69 for strikes, going 6 2/3, allowing 3 hits.
Who did he say was the pitcher?
If that's still number 5, like we said earlier today, listen to me, a moment ago, and that is Kyle McClure, McClure, McClure. Kyle McClure comes in to relieve Cade Davis, and again, by our count, we had 108 pitches. We could be off. If he only had 108, he would be allowed to start
finish this batter
and finish the last batter, possibly, unless we get a hit here from. That is Jacob, right? Coming up.
Jacob
Solis
Raiders
is coming up. So
down to their final out with Jacob Solis. And the interesting thing was, he only threw 5 pitches to start the inning to the first 2 batters.
Yeah, crazy.
So, but he may have been at 110 and couldn't start the pitches if
correct. Yeah, if our count could be off. I mean, we're going off our game changer, and there's definitely the possibility of.
And they're keeping the official count.
Right.
That will bring up Jacob Solis. He has walked and flown out to left, and he will take for a strike. That pitch outside for ball 1. And again,
getting very lively here.
Both ways. Come on,
I mean, it's well outside.
1-1, that's outside for ball 2.
Basically the exact same pitch that was ball 1. And
2-1, the count to Solis. McClure pitching from the stretch. The 2-1, that hits him. And the Raiders have a base runner aboard.
With the top of the lineup coming up. And
you got Diego Gayton.
Oh, no, sorry.
No, Tyler Schluter.
Tyler Schluter. Trey
Schluter. Yes, sorry.
Trey Schluter is coming in.
Now batting number 5, Trey Schluter.
Schluter. Which,
Pitch outside for ball one.
yeah, and if Trey able to get on here, that would then bring up the top of the lineup and Rainer
See the
Heinrich,
tying
who is
run at the
definitely
plate.
due.
And then McClure would have pitched himself into a save situation. He'll pitch in for a strike, and that will even it up. 2-out rally for the Raiders.
Yeah, and that off speed seems to be the go-to pitch here for McClure.
Swing and a miss for strike two. Raiders down to their final strike. McClure comes set. The 1-2. Catches him looking to end the game, and that does it. The Raiders drop their final to the Cedar Park Timberwolves. And could this be a foretelling?
You know, again, that puts them in the
That
three
teams,
spot.
that these two teams could potentially meet again in the regional quarterfinal round
for the fourth year in a row.
All right.
Yeah, fourth year in a row where, you know, that there's always that rotation, right? So we obviously see 25 5A go against 26 5A, and after that round, you then will see, and I don't know as well as you do there, Michael, the, you know, progression from that point, but you will see 26 5A, then you will see another division before you come back around in the third round to possibly face again somebody you played in district.
Right. Yeah, if both teams went out like that, then yes, you would definitely run into that. So you go from bi-district to area to regional quarterfinal, then regional semifinal, regional final, and then state. So it's a 6-step path to state.
And the regional final is where you would also potentially go against somebody that went against an
26.
opponent in a 26 5A.
Right? Like
Correct.
we did last year.
Right, and that was Bernie Champion, and of course Cedar Park is who we have always faced in the third round of the playoffs, and one game playoff seems to be the norm in that situation, where again coaches will have the opportunity to either decide I want a 3-game, best 2 out of 3, or I want a 1 game, and if the coaches cannot come to a decision together, then they will have the coin flip.
Right.
Whoever wins the coin flip to determine the best out of 3 or the 1 game, then the next coach, the losing coach to that decision, will then get to decide game times and colors and, you know, just a lot of other things that are decided in those meetings between coaches.
So again, just a reminder, be sure to hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when we do go live for our first playoff game next week. Could be as soon as Thursday, depending on how that comes out. Last year during the bi-district round against Canyon, we played on Thursday night, got rained out on Friday night, and then had 2 games on Saturday.
Yes, yeah.
One at Rouse and travel back down to Canyon.
Correct.
For that series. We will not face Canyon this year, as it's unlikely that they would have made the playoffs. Because they had some factors that had to play in. But at any rate, the disappointing final here tonight, Jonathan.
Right, and as it stands, you know, again, if Liberty Hill went on to win against Glenn, which again by the norm you would have anticipated that would be the outcome. No guarantees, but if that were the outcome, Liberty Hill would finish 1, Cedar Park 2. Because no, actually, I apologize. Cedar Park and Liberty Hill both winning would then
Yeah,
go to
and
a one-game
and
playoff.
both of them swept us.
Yes,
So
and they both go to a
and they
one-game playoff
split head to head.
or flip.
Yeah.
Is their option. Their option could be to flip or to play the one game to determine the number 1 seed. Number 1 seed will go against whoever was number 4. I know
Yeah, but they are
Bernie
district
Champion 1,
co-champions.
Smithson Valley 2, 3 will be Piper, and 4 is, I do not recall off the top of my head
Alamo
right
Heights.
now. Was it Alamo Heights?
Yeah, I believe.
So
I think that's the way it's going to fall out. So the final numbers.
Yeah, final numbers here. Again, I've already gone through our pitchers. We do see 2 pitchers here. Cade Davis, 1/3 of an inning away from a complete game, which saw him throw 108 pitches, or we will assume 110, allowing only 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks. McClure comes in for the final third, final out of the inning, which is recorded as a strikeout against Trey Schluter. Again, only allowing 3 hits for the very prolific offense for the Raiders that has seemed to peter coming down the stretch here and not really be what they have been throughout the season. And we'll see if the playoffs can spark something as it has in the past and get the hitting to wake up.
You saw Colin Correjo just come out last year when he got into the playoffs. He really struggled at the plate and struggled at times on the mound. But when the rubber met the road in the playoffs, he stepped up.
Correct.
And he put that team on his back and helped to carry them throughout the playoffs.
And knowing the offense, and that sort of will bring up that same opportunity here for several of the hitters in this lineup that have been awesome throughout the year. Rainer Heinrich, Oscar Salazar, Landon Miller. Landon Miller found himself in the top 10 of RBI count based off of the last thing I saw. Oscar Salazar did get his 150th hit of his Raider career, varsity career here tonight during the regular season. And, Landon Miller and Oscar both being in the top 10 in the state, Oscar Salazar being number 1 for RBIs, and Landon Miller being right there with him.
In the top 10.
Yes, sir. So, but again, those guys have sort of lost that mojo here down the stretch. And, we want to see them change that up, right? And we want to see them really peaking as they're going into the playoffs, and that has not been the case. So,
right. The disappointing final here tonight, 6-3 Cedar Park. For Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball and spending your evening with us. Good evening, everybody. We'll see you next week.
sure.